Alright, I wanted to do a quick trade recap for Monday, September 8th. So, looking at the pre market, price had kind of balanced out overnight near all time highs. You can see the picture a little bit clearer just on this naked chart, but in the pre market, price is inside yesterday's move, really balancing out, and then furthermore, even balancing out between this little zone further most of the night just after that little rally. But my plan was to be pretty cautious. I needed a pretty good signal of what to do just because we were possibly having an inside day near these all time highs. So there were three possible things I was really watching for. The first relied mostly on the 6508 pre market high, which also corresponds pretty much with 6505 previous key level, which used to be an all time high and has pretty much held its rise since then. So I was either watching, mainly I wanted to see a strong break above that level, hold for a push into kind of the structure supply at all time highs. But I did also mention that if the market fails to break above this level and there were signs of trapped buyers, there could be a nice short setup. And then to the downside, if price just sold off right at open, I was actually watching for possible liquidity sweeps to then look for longs either at I believe 6490, no 6480 and 6493. Okay, so 6480 was kind of this pre-market support and yesterday close, and then this level as well. If price opened or sold off without rejecting up here, just came right into those levels, and I didn't really get an opportunity to be short. I was looking for that possible failed break, but market opens up, sells off from that 508 key level just before open, gets a nice push at open to retest, sells off, comes back up, sells off, and we start kind of forming this intraday balance now. And I'm really not too keen to trading this, and I was pretty much waiting for this balance to break. But there was one setup that I did find here at the highs. So you can see on the book map, right before open, large buying failed at the 6508 level. And then again on that opening rally, 5-6 minutes into the market, large buying got absorbed, sold off. So at this point, I marked this level out to possibly watch for retests. I think it was actually at this point after this sold off. Then we start getting some real chop, lots of buyers and sellers coming in, volume's getting heavier, and price gets really choppy in here. And this is when I kind of start to avoid the setup. Price is moving into the level, and I'm thinking, okay, it's probably going to break to the upside. I'm probably not going to trade this, but if it does give me very, very good confirmation, I will try a setup. So we get this aggressive buying, comes up and starts to slow down and fail in this level. And when I start to see some of this selling come in, it looks too good for me to pass up on. So I get in this with my stop just above this heavy offer at the 6509s. And one other part of this I wanted to show real quick was heavy delta at 6507. That kind of further confirmed the trapped buyers that I was looking for up at that level. And then getting into this trade, I knew, like as I said, it was lower probability because price was chopping up so much like this. When I shorted, I knew I was going to scale out probably half of my position before 2R was hit, because in order for me to have a valid stop loss on this trade, I had to have it just above this high, which also corresponded with that offer I just mentioned. And with the entry I got, which was 4 points lower, I wasn't willing to wait for an 8-point move from all the way down here to the 90, what would it be? All the way down here to the 97s, which we just barely ticked, to start scaling out. I knew I was going to want to get out at least half of my position on the way to these lows to be safe. So this is a very rare trade that I'll go in knowing that I might not be looking for 2R. And if it hits full targets, yes, it will probably hit 2R. But if I don't scale out all my stuff and I get a runner hit break even, which happened today, there's a good chance I will end with a lower RR. And this trade hit a just over a 1 RR. So there's there's the entry. Scale out's moving on the way down. Again, this was a trail when we broke low a day, and then this got hit like 2 ticks below break even. So pretty solid trade. It was very, very well thought out. There was a clear plan and clear reasoning behind the plan and why I treated it like I did. Clear trapped buyer rejecting at this key level, and with this balance, there's a good chance we're going to reverse to the other side of it. So small little win to start the week. We'll be back tomorrow.